could tell you that in my entire coaching career, I have never talked to any player, staff member about football air pressure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and since then, Tom Brady has weighed in, and he said basically, I had nothing to do with the balls. He does pick the balls, but once he picks the balls, he doesn't want anybody touching the balls, so he doesn't have any idea. First he heard about all this was on Monday, the day after the AFC Championship game. Jared Max, WCBS 880 Sportscaster Radio, 880 24/7 News, joins us. Hello, my friend.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
All right, question number one. Do you believe Bill Belichick?
Yeah. Who believes Bill Belichick? Does anybody believe Bill Belichick? I don't. I don't believe Tom Brady either.
So you think, okay, so you think they're in on this, but don't they open themselves up to something here? A, if this is commonplace, and they could have said that, but they opted to go this way, or B, if somebody deflated the balls, someone might say and rat them out, and then what happens? Isn't the cover-up always worse? So why would they risk it?
Steve, I think this is such a serious charge and opens up so many potential levels of Pandora's box that the only thing the Patriots really can do right now is deny, deny, deny. They have a Super Bowl coming up in, about a week and a half right now. And obviously, this is going to be the talk of Super Bowl week, not only for Patriots players, for Seahawks players as well. While Patriots players and coaches will be asked, did you cheat? Was there any deflating of the footballs? The Seattle players are going to be asked the same thing. Do you fear that they're cheating? And that will take over Super Bowl week. So it's not going to be much talk about the game. This takes over. Look, what are the Patriots supposed to do at this point? Throw the ball boy under the bus? My take is this. The only thought is, and Steve, I had a little bit of fun, put together a column that'll go for tomorrow morning at the CBS New York site. That it's not really a column, but a song from the classic from the band, The Weight. You know, take a load off, Annie. Well, we're doing one about the Patriots. Right. Instead of The Weight, it's called Deflate. And in that, I put lines in like, stick a pin in it, ball boy. Stick a pin, it's free. So that's what makes sense.
All right, but Jared, and that's very clever, and everybody should go cbsnews.com and if I'm right, and check that out. But Brad Johnson, quarterback, says he paid $7,500 to scuff up balls before one Super Bowl. You can't tell me that the commissioner doesn't know this goes on, that teams don't know this goes on. So that's what gets me here, is that is everybody going to shut up? Nobody's going to come forward. And again, if somebody, not throw the ball boy under the bus. He doesn't do it gratuitously on his own. He didn't come up with an idea if it's him who did it. It had to come from somebody. So my point is, when eventually someone does come forward and says, oh, yeah, you know, the coach winked and nodded. And I mean, because what Belichick said was, it's like Larry King said to me, 55 years, I never once saw media bias. I mean, give me a break.
Steve, think about other sports. I don't know why we're to believe that football players who are an NFL, which is known for being loaded with several criminals of different sorts, why they think that they're going to be so pure when it comes to a matter like this. In Major League Baseball, could you imagine if a baseball team, was responsible for supplying the baseballs that'll be used in the game, and only they could have it until a certain point and present it to an umpire? We know the way baseball pitchers try to scuff baseballs, be it pine tar, think of steroids even a bit. This is the same level of cheating, I believe, at least alleged cheating that's taking place. Why would football players not do it? And not for nothing, Brad Johnson, it was a pretty honorable quarterback type. For him to come out at this point and say this makes you kind of wonder. Brad Johnson played in the NFL for a number of years for several teams. That he comes out and says this, I think there's something to it. And the fact, look, you can play dumb, but they're playing dumb because they have, I believe, because they're guilty of sin. I don't know what it seems too obvious, and the fact that everybody believes it, and they have this knack for cheating in the past, whether it be Spygate or even trying in these playoffs, trying to work the rules to their favor to pull a little sneak attack on opposing defenses with the ineligible receiver.
Jared, let me give you a fantasy land. What if Tom Brady and Belichick had appeared together and said, yeah, it's possible. This is done all the time. You show me a team that hasn't done it. You show me someone in the commissioner's office that doesn't know this goes on. If this was such a big deal, they would protect the balls beforehand. They wouldn't have penalized or threatened to penalize us with a draft choice. They would have said you forfeit the game. So the league doesn't see it as a big deal. Neither do we.
Well, Steve, I think if the Patriots, if Belichick and Tom Brady came out and admitted that, we might see Roger Goodell do this. You know what? I've had enough, and walk away. And that he's actually had enough.
Good way to end it, Jared. Hey, always thank you, my friend, Jared Max, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back, we're going to switch gears. Sean Spicer, RNC Communications Director, next, right here on Newsmax Television.